everyone. My name is Amanda Kristen, and I'm the Transit Manager with the Broward MPO. I'm also the host of the DETOURS podcast. Today, we're at the Safe Roads Summit here in beautiful Fort Lauderdale, and we're going to be talking today with this gentleman, my friend. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Good afternoon. My name is Rahul Gupta. I live just outside of Washington, D.C. in Vienna, Virginia, and I've been engaged with Broward County and Broward MPO for the better part of a dozen years, many years, and engaged around safety, smart corridors, digitization, innovation, and I'm delighted to be with you.
Innovation. Actually, I'm going to ask you a question today first about safety.
Yes.
Is there a session or a conversation that you've had recently or maybe in the last 2 years or so that has shifted your thinking about roadway safety? So if we're talking about innovation, we can bring in some innovative ideas or, so if you think about that, if anything has shifted your perception.
Yeah. I'm not so sure it's shifted as much as crystallized some beliefs. And on one of the side events after the plenary, I was listening to one of the researchers that talked about how technology, innovation, and safety systems in cars has changed the behavior of drivers.
How so?
Who feel more empowered to do things they shouldn't be doing because now the car is actually making them feel safer.
Right.
As opposed to all of your senses basically looking around and 360. And it kind of made me wonder, how are we going about embedding certain things in those safety systems that would force the driver to recognize that they should not be doing certain things because the car has taken over? Because we're not today where we should be as full-scale driving. That doesn't exist yet. So when you talk about SAE level 0 through 5, 5 being you don't need a driver in the car at all, we're not there yet.
Right.
In the US, we only implemented level 3, which means you still need to have your eyes on the road, you still need to have hands on. But that really brought the realization that there are parts of the innovation that's moving faster than what our behaviors and policies are. So I think that made me realize that there might be something missing.
Well, thank you very much for that. Where are we in bringing AI to the fore? I mean, we're talking about innovation. Everyone's talking about it.
Absolutely. It's the buzzword.
I agree with you. I have a question about the executive highway in the sky. So, what do you think about advanced aviation and air taxis and those companies and what they're bringing into our current transportation mix?
Yeah, entire industries are built around it. So many deal flows going around. Consulting companies, I've been part of 5 consulting companies now, make it a requirement. And my view may be more of a learned instinct, because I've seen this evolve from expert systems to machine learning to data lakes to AI. I would like to characterize AI as 3 different categories. AI today is narrow intelligence, basically is everything that is in a large language model and data lake.
Right.
Next step would be general intelligence, and the final step would be super intelligence. So when do we get to a point where all the knowledge of the world around a particular topic, horizontally, not just in one industry, but across industries, is presented back to the user? So that would be like a car. For a safety system. The car knows everything around it, everything that's going to happen 2 miles ahead of it. In order for a system of systems approach, we're not there yet. So when everybody looks at what the industry is developing, they hear about it, says, well, AI this and AI that. I'm a little more reserved about it, because the work that needs to go into that, just like people's behavior is going to change, because if they think the car is safe, they may behave in a certain way. How do we get to a point where the AI that everybody wants to speak about, or they think they're talking about, is super intelligence, ASI? It's not today's ANI. And we're getting there faster, and maybe we'll accelerate, but we're not there yet.
I agree with you. I have a question about The executive highway in the sky. So, what do you think about advanced aviation and air taxis and those companies and what they're bringing into our current transportation mix?
Yeah, if you remember, Amanda, as part of our Smart Corridor, we were working with the executive airport and Embraer systems and how do we make it happen.
Yeah.
I think it is going to be a mode, but I think it still will be a mode that is very specific and bespoke for a class of population, right?
So you don't really think that it's going to be for the masses?
Not yet.
Yeah.
Back in 2014, 2015, I was engaged in the Middle East, specifically in Dubai, and my role was to capture the modality of eVTOL
Yeah.
leading up to Dubai Expo 2020.
Oh, wow.
And so, having worked with Intel Corporation and Volocopter, I was engaged in that. And what made me realize is that the infrastructure that's needed, the regulation, the safety corridors, the different altitudes that you can operate, the ability to charge,
Right.
autonomy,
Right. Autonomy.
an entire safety ecosystem needs to be developed before
Right.
you're going to let loose something that's going to fly between the buildings.
That's absolutely.
I asked a simple question. How many of these buildings actually have a landing pad that is safe, secure, that will allow for people to land and then go to the next mode on?
Right.
Will it
One at
happen?
Panther Stadium.
Absolutely.
I think there's one there, and there may be a couple more downtown Fort Lauderdale, but there aren't many.
That's right. And so, does that mean they can fly in and out of a certain corridor where there are aviation in airports? You can imagine what we're dealing with drones. You just
Right,
heard about an airport that was shut
Yep,
down.
yep.
I think it will happen, but everything that goes behind it, which is one of the conversations we're having, does innovation exceed the ability to regulate certain modes where policies need to exist, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Senator Brandis in Florida was one of the ones that created the connected autonomous. Florida was one of the first states to allow for driverless driving.
That's true.
But where are we there today?
Yeah.
It's because you still need the role of the MPO, the
the
policies, the
infrastructure.
safety. That's absolutely true.
Well,
And so
thank-
that's absolutely.
Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate
Thank you.
it.
I appreciate it.